obviously a big story that is out there is Julian Edelman deciding to retire. And I think it was pretty cool the way that he announced his retirement. On the screen, it says Foxborough forever. And in fact, Dub, let's play maybe a minute or so of that Julian Edelman announcement here in the top of the third hour to let people hear that in the event they didn't see it on Monday evening, as he basically announces that his mind is willing, but his body is no longer willing, and he's not going to be able to continue. So here is that.
Nothing in my career has ever come easy. And no surprise, this isn't going to be easy either. Now, I've always said, I'm going to go until the wheels come off. And they finally have fallen off. Due to an injury last year, I'll be making my official announcement of my retirement from football. It was a hard decision, but the right decision for me and my family. And I'm honored and so proud to be retiring a Patriot. There are a million people I have to thank. Mr. Kraft, the Kraft family. Learned so much from you guys on and off the field. Coach Belichick, giving me an opportunity. I always love you for that. My teammates, gone to war. We've lost some, we've won some. You guys will always be my brothers. To all my coaches that I played under, I appreciate all your insight, all your hard work, all your knowledge. It's the entire Patriots organization, from the meal ladies, to the people that clean up after us, to the people in the hallways, the training staff, the strength staff. We share so many awesome memories that I'll never forget. And of course, my family. You guys have always had my back. It's been the best 12 years of my life. It's a hell of a run. And I can't forget you, Patriot Nation. You guys have welcomed me and my family to a region we didn't know. But now, I'm one of you. I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 words. Foxborough, forever.
So Julian Edelman announcing his retirement. I understand if some of you are skeptical out there and you think, hey, it's April. What if he's able to get himself back healthier by September? Tom Brady calls. Is there any possibility that he could go down to Tampa Bay and rejoin Gronk and the crew? It's an interesting question. If his body were able to, I think he would love to do that. This is a warrior. But I would say this about I would say this about Edelman. We asked the question, how do you balance a career? Because to me, Julian Edelman is one of the greatest postseason performers in NFL history. He is, in fact, second most all-time in both catches and receiving yards in the NFL postseason, behind Jerry Rice. And I asked a straightforward question. A lot of people hopped on it on Monday night. I said, is Julian Edelman a Hall of Famer? And 69% of you said that he is not a Hall of Famer. And so to me, the Julian Edelman, is he or is he not a Hall of Famer, basically comes down to what sort of relevancy and weight do you put on a postseason dominant career, which is what Julian Edelman had, including a Super Bowl 53 MVP, versus a regular season career, and how do you assess that in terms of figuring out whether or not a guy is a Hall of Fame level player? And so I think in the postseason, Julian, if you were just ranking players based on their postseason careers, Julian Edelman's a Hall of Famer. If you're just ranking people based on their regular season careers, Julian Edelman is not a Hall of Famer. So when you combine those two, how do you do it? I think he's probably going to come up a little bit short, and I think one reason, ironically, is going to be because of how good Tom Brady is. Because I think a lot of people are going to say Tom Brady made Julian Edelman the quality of player that he was. And that's what makes Brady's excellence so much more glistening to me, is that if you go back and look at the New England Patriot dynasty, which I think it's fair to say is over now, I don't think Cam Newton is going to have some sort of extension of the New England Patriot dynasty without Gronk, without Edelman, without Randy Moss back in the day. This team has had to be remade several different times, but I think the dynasty in New England is over. And so if you are out there looking at Tom Brady's career, I think one of the most remarkable things about his career is there's only two surefire Hall of Famers that he ever threw passes to in New England. Randy Moss and Rob Gronkowski. That's it. You can make an argument for Wes Welker. You can make an argument for Julian Edelman. Nobody else is really in that stratosphere. No running back is ever really been dominant enough that you would even consider them as a potential Hall of Famer. And so you look at what Brady accomplished in New England. You look at the dynasty that he created. There's no incredible offensive talent that surrounds him that was synonymous with his dominance. And that's pretty crazy. It doesn't happen very often in the world of the NFL. So, taking Julian Edelman at his word, as you just heard from the Hall of Fame announcement that we played there, his career is over. I think he's the Hall of Very Good, unlikely to reach the Hall of Fame, because I think the balancing act, regular season, his numbers were not impressive enough. Postseason, wildly impressive, but not quite enough to get him there.